Ta-da! It's the Muppet Show with Charo and I don't know, who else would I think? And Rip Taylor. Yes, it's the Muppet Show. Do. It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to get things started. Now, usually I'd be impressing you with my Gen X popular culture notion of that song, of which I could maybe sing the whole thing, and yet I know that the Muppet Show is having a resurgence, so I could also be faking it and pretending I've known it all along. It's all good. It's all good. Good morning to everybody. Crystal, Menchow, Katie, Blonde Cheryl, good morning. Yay, Abbott Elementary, happy Friday to you. I hope you've got some good weather down there in Florida. I see some posts from friends in who are down there. It looks wicked nice. It is gloom and doomy up here. German Maid, thank you for the flowers. We need them. We need them up here. I mean, if April showers bring May flowers, I mean, it's only February. Well, at least it's not snow. How's that? Good morning, Lulu. Nice to see you, and happy Friday, everybody. I have my Thursday schedule here that I have to catch up on. Today, Friday, TikTok Live. Check. There we go. Half a day, because I take a half a day on Friday. I'm that kind of boss. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, you know what? I would come on down, like the price is right. The cool thing is, though, I'm going to my happy, warm place, which is Palm Springs next week, so I will be there. That one persona, nice to see you. Nice to see you, and happy Friday, everybody. A little cup of tea on a rainy day with a lap blanket on and my peeps here. All right? I'm scrolling down on the secret page, just making sure. Friday, February 20th. Check. 9 a.m. TikTok. Check. All right, we're all set. We're all literally metaphorically on the same page. So for those of you who are like, who, the what, and the huh? My name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach. My coaching is called Destination Decluttered. Penny Lou Magoo, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody. Yeah, so this is kind of fun. I was talking to somebody recently about that kind of getting in the habit of, like when I show up at a scheduled time, and notice where my hands go like little parentheses. This chunk of time between 9 and 10 a.m. Eastern and whatever time it is yours. This is a chunk of time that you have decided to show up. Erin, good morning. Good morning to you. So you've decided to show up for even just a portion of this chunk of time that I will be here. I will be here from 9 a.m. Eastern to 10 a.m. Eastern. So I'll be here for the entire time. You have the flexibility to show up for as long as you want. Ooh, you get to also decide what you want to do with even a portion of our time together. I love this. That one persona has decided that today, the day between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. or 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. or whatever, is tidy and finish the project day. Wonderful. I would love to help you get going with that. Judy, good morning. Judy, good morning. Here's the thing. Judy, I'm always associating you. Not always. I am often associating you. When I use my habit tracker, I send out a good vibe to hope that you're using yours. And one thing I will share with you that I realized was even taking one step doing your habit tracker can help you kind of break the seal instead of, oh, I did nothing that day. So like this morning, mine has one little cube filled out because I took my vitamins when I got up. Now, do I have other things I want to do? Yes, but I'm getting started, so yay. Damn it, Donna is checking in, ready for duty. So let's make our time together today helpful, good, useful. There we go. Yep, that one persona. Now and at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then pick up the son, ball practice, supper, rest. I love that. Because that to me is a schedule that you've factored in some things that you know that if you do it, you're going to feel better. Hopefully you're going to feel okay while you're doing it. And you will feel better after it's done. After tidying, after finishing the project. Wonderful. So I'm going to be here chatting with you, keeping you company, available to talk you through some whatever you're stuck with, clutter-wise, because I'm not so good at some other stuff. I'm here for you to help you do what you're going to do, doing that thing you do, as Adam Schlesinger once wrote. What are you going to do this during our declutter? What is your plan? It's always good to have a plan. It's always good to articulate a plan. Typing it out is one way, since we can't talk with each other. The next best thing is going to be writing it down for yourself, but also sharing it in the comments so that I know what you're working on, so I can be available to you if you get stuck. Now, this is a fun thing too. So whatever you're going to be focusing on, notice I almost said working on, like the fawns. I realized that I prefer the term focusing on. There we go. Penny Lou Magoo is going to finish painting her nails for nobody else but herself. Awesome. Notice that painting your nails will require focus, because you can't be watching TV and painting your nails. Well, you could, but it would look kind of funny. So practicing focusing on something for you. And I will say this, do that for this entire hour. Say, I'm going to do things that are going to make me feel good or better. For this hour that Beth is on here, I am going to not ignore. I'm going to quietly but firmly shut the door. Shut the front door. I'm going to shut the door on everybody else's wants and needs for me. And for this hour, even for just a portion of this hour, I'm going to look and say, hey, what do I want? What do I want to get done today? What would make me feel good to get done during, or to even start? Because as I said to Judy, starting your habit tracker, you kind of break the seal. Putting one piece of tax paperwork in the tax paperwork envelope is a start. We're almost done. You guys, this has been a game changer. This has been a game changer. To chunk down the taxes as opposed to deny, ignore, stress, and then freak out when you're doing it late and doing all of it. This has been like pretty much effortless. Nervous system's not activated. So, that being said, we've got some time together. I will sip my tea and give you a bit of quiet and think about what would make you feel good during this time, and also kind of plant the seed for other good feelings. Write it down for yourself on paper, please. And if you like, share it in the comments, because what you're focusing on, maybe somebody else will. You know what? I'm going to do the same thing right now. And I'm going to put some verbs there, not just eye doctor, but call eye doctor. Make, watch. There was something else I was thinking. Alrighty, I had written down some stuff that I want to get done today that would make me feel good, not just while we're doing it, but something to look forward to. So I hope you do too. So what's going on? So for those of you who are just tuning in, my name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach. My coaching is called Destination Decluttered. Penny Lou, I love it. She says, I can't write. My nails are drying. I'm in princess mode. Interesting. Princess mode. That's fun. The funny thing is you wrote down that with your text, but I get it. Stay in princess mode. I would say queen mode. That's a little bit more powerful. If you're going to wear a crown, why not wear the biggest crown, the queen crown, okay? So you're in queen mode. Queen mode. Let's bump it up. A friend of mine, actually, I have it written down over here in my list of words that I love. Abundance, generosity, flexibility, peace of mind. And she gave me a phrase, or better. So why be a princess when you could be a queen? Why not? And so that has been I've been looking at that phrase, or better, since October of 2022. and it has served me well. Why am I only expecting this? Why don't I expand my thoughts to be or bigger? I did this once, and I'll share this with you. When I practiced the or better, I wrote down things I wanted. I wonder if I could find it in one of my books. It was a while back. And then I says to myself, what's the thing that I could make it or better? Let me see if I can quickly find it. Oh, here it is. I actually found it. So let me see. This would have been circa 2000. Here, I'm going to read you a story from a book. So this was around the summer of 2020. So I was saying dream big, and then I made a column. You know me, I like to make things into columns. And then I said dream bigger, practice dreaming bigger and upgrade. So I said one of mine, and I'll just read, was to travel the world at any time, was dreaming big. I want to travel the world anytime I want to. That feels, ooh. And then I said, what would be the next big? So I said, flying in first class, the or better. Staying in hotels that we like. What would be even better than that? Staying in the rooms that we want, in the bigger rooms, in the suites. Meet interesting people and become friends with them. Let's see. Help people out. Oh, this is interesting because this was literally like 5 years ago. Help people out was dream big. I want to help people out. And then even better would be set up a way to do it when I'm gone. Well, you know what that is, my dears? That is, those are the videos on the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel. And if I'm not mistaken, now here's a fun thing. Yesterday, so, or better. And here's a funny thing. I'm always a queen. Queens have more duties, but queens have infrastructure. Queens can be like, this needs to be done, and you're going to do it. Okay? Yes, so as of the end of this video, we will be over 1,000 videos. So can you imagine back 5 years ago if I said to myself, you're going to have to make 1,000 videos? I would have been like, screw you. I will not, because that's too much. That's an overwhelming number. But you can do an overwhelming number of things a little bit at a time. And that's what I did. It's kind of fun. But the funny thing is that that's just a temporary milestone. After today, it's going to be 1001, and it may not even show up. But right now, here, I'll do a screenshot. There we go. Screenshot where it says 1K videos. Boom. I got the screenshot. Yes, they are totally available. They are all publicly available to watch. The recordings of these on the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel. I don't gatekeep. I don't gatekeep a lot. I don't. I make money happily with my clients who are easily able to work with me. And I don't want to limit my reach to help people simply because my rate is something that they temporarily cannot afford to pay. Yeah, Destination Decluttered on YouTube. I also do YouTube Live, so there's there. Okay? Barbara, I'm rotating as needs present. I'm rotating. Here, me too. See, look. I'm rotating. 1 bathroom, 2 med, 3 feed cat, 4 declutter. Bedroom. Yeah, go for it. Awesome. What's everybody focusing on today? Because I can chat with you, but you can do other things. Please, I don't need all of your focus. If anything, if you are moving your body, it helps you absorb thoughts and ideas better. So feel free to, as I like to say, putter and declutter. Even if you don't have a plan to focus on something for the next 45 minutes. Focus on not focusing, hyper-focusing on something, but how about focusing on surface level clutter in one room and putting some things back where they belong. Taking whatever project is unfinished, and I'm getting an inspiration from that one persona, and just doing whatever that next step is. Now, honestly, if I were not me being the person here, right? Penny Lou is showing us how to be a queen. She's got her nails painted and she's eating gourmet chocolate from Poland and typing in the comments. There we go. Purely Stephanie is, okay, I'm working on the clutter in my home office. Wonderful. I can help you with that if you get stuck. So don't worry about getting stuck. Do what you need to do and know what to do. And when you get into a point where you're feeling stuck, figure out what's keeping you stuck and articulate it as best you can in the comments, and I can help you. There we go. Mermaid Gypsy Girl is halfway through into a month-long declutter of my business, craft, and live room. Awesome. Yay. So I bet, kind of like, and this is me reaching for the map. You know me, and I love maps. So you are wanting to get to the end of the month and doing it. You started here, so you're about here. You're in. Oh my God, I feel like an old person doing that. Kansas City, here I come. Something like that. Yay. Whoops. Pardon me, I dropped something. There we go. Okie Teacher is taking a break every day and taking a 30-minute walk. I love that. I am such a fan. I know this sounds goofy. I'm such a fan of walking. The pace of walking, the things you can see when you walk, the fact that it helps my body, it settles my mind. Love it. Okie Teacher, feel free to take me along with you in your pocket, right? Yeah. Mermaid Gypsy Girl says, each day I pick a new section. Yeah, I'm chunking it down. Today I'm going to work on this chunk. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Penny Lou Magoo, later, after her nails are dried, I plan to change sheets and cook while continuing to be a queen. Yeah, walking saved my life. See, here's a fun thing, you guys. I will never be one of those people that tries to sell you snake oil. I will always want to reduce things down to the most simple things. Good morning, Farm Girl, and everybody else is tuning in. Drinking water, stretching your body gently, going for a walk, going outside, getting the fresh air in your lungs, interacting with the world around you, moving your body through space and time, sitting down and quieting down and writing down. Each one of those things is not like a secret magic pill you buy off the TikTok shop. I don't hawk those things. But I will remind you that sometimes the simplest things can have a wonderful effect. So that's why I show up and I remind you these 4 simple things. And I don't know why I got in the habit. I think because I want you to know that they're in order. But instead of saying 4 like this, up and down, 4 sideways as if they were in a list. Okay, number 1. Check in right now. We can all do this. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling physically? And we were just talking about crowns on queens from your crown, because you're a queen. Even the men, you're queens. I've decided. On the crown, on down, how are you feeling physically? I'm going to do it myself. Ta-da, here's my crown. And do it with your hands too. Get your body involved. Don't let your, don't let your brain have all the fun. Get your body involved. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. My shoulder's a little bit tight there. Nope, feeling all right here. Had some hot tea. Had my, yep, looking pretty good. Knees, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Shins, heels. I'm feeling okay. Yay. If I were not feeling okay, I would do something very small, whatever it was, to make myself feel better. So if you are saying, I don't feel well, do something to change that. Okay? I love this too, because when you feel better, you do better. Okie Teacher is saying, my nurse buddy told me that if you walk every day for just 30 minutes, you will lower your cholesterol. Awesome. Damn it, Donna is also saying true story. So great. So number 1, always be whatever. Always be taking care of your physical body. All right. The physical is what we're familiar with. It's like, oh, I have a tummy ache, a headache, my shoulder. I'm not feeling well. Let's practice doing something about it. This includes your mental health, by the way. If up here you're feeling all scrambly, we're going to check the rest of your body, but we'll come back to this, which is often where your nervous system is. Thoughts and feelings are kind of like, are they Are they scrambled like spaghetti? Are they all haywire? Or are you feeling like you can't get motivated? Everything's kind of flatlining. The best place to be is going to be, and I'm always bringing up Goldilocks, right here, kind of in the middle. All right? Is getting yourself from overwhelm and stress and freaking out to calming down your nervous system. Now, sometimes the good thing is about getting your body moving can help expel and dissipate some of that pent up frustration energy. So if part of your calming down your nervous system may be to move your body around a lot, to kind of like shake it up like Rick Ocasek. So, and then sitting down, calming down, dissipating, disrupt what's not working, mess around with the stuff that's not working. Yeah, so Vico, if you're so overwhelmed with all of it, well, all of it is definitely an indicator of overwhelm. But I don't know, get up and move your body. And then what we want to do is we also just kind of want to calm down the body so you're out of overwhelm and into kind of feeling even just neutral. Neutral is a great place to start. So here are some things that you could do, Vico. And everybody, feel free to write them down, use them. I use the word down a lot in this list of 4, because I want you to use that word as a reminder of the things you can do. I can scan down my body. I'm going to skip over number 2 because that's the one we're going to talk about. I can write down things that are in my head. I can write them down. That will make me feel better. I will also chunk down the things I need to do. That will make me feel better. But overwhelm and nervous system energy. The best way to calm it down, I have found, is thinking of all the downs. That's what I call it, because it's a wicked lot of downs. I should probably call it a wicked lot of downs. Sitting down. Breathing down deeply into your belly. Slowing down the speed with which you exhale. Making sure all of your physical muscles are kind of softened down. You know, you're not clenching anything. Or maybe you hyper clench things and then you let it all down. Shoulders down, eyes down. I saw this thing recently where cupping your eyes and reducing your visual inputs. Settling down. You know when things are settled, like when you shake up something, and I think this thing is going to explode on me at some point. When you're all feeling shaken up and overwhelmed, you may need some time to settle down so you start to feel better. Okay? So it may take some time, but take that time. Please do. Because being in overwhelm, and this is one of the things I like to do. I'm always talking about stuff in cars because many of us drive cars. Being in overwhelm is recognizing you're in overwhelm means, wait a minute, I'm in my car and I'm stepping on the gas and my wheels are spinning, but I'm not in gear, so I'm just spinning my wheels. When you recognize that, you then have a choice. Because I just showed you something else you can do instead of spinning your wheels, which is going to be just like you would do in your car, is notice it. Notice that it's not good for yourself. You're not making any forward progress because you're still revving and spinning and using energy. So learn how to shift gears. Even just pulling your foot off of the gas, slowing down will slow you down in your car. Slowing down enough gets your wheels from stopping spinning and just digging yourself in deeper into the overwhelm. And then even just getting to feeling better. Notice that. It took some while, but now you've got, not as riled up. One of the things that also triggers overwhelm is looking at things too big. I'm overwhelmed with it all. Yeah, having a 360-degree vision does not help. So focusing down on something That's why they say, like in yoga, they have a drishti that you focus on. It will make you feel better. So focusing down, and then I am telling you, if I was ever to be sponsored by anything, it would be pretty much like Staples or something, pens and paper. But you don't need to go buy them anywhere. You probably have tons of it around your house. Writing down stuff will help you. Writing down whatever is kind of swirling around in your head. Notice the swirl. You can slow that down and stop it by putting those thoughts down on paper. Step 3, writing down. And when you write down at the beginning, it's like dumping out a junk drawer. It doesn't have to be in any order, but just get out whatever you want. Then, once you get it out there, then you can organize it. Do not be overwhelmed with the amount of stuff you write down. That's only to get it out of you. That is not actually a list of things to do. It's just a list of ingredients. Then you can chunk down what you decide you want to focus on today, and you pull it from that big list onto your smaller list of what I can do today recently. Okay? So Vico, I hope that helps you from getting overwhelmed with it all and gives you some structure, a process, a thing you can do to get yourself out of overwhelm when you start to feel the overwhelm. Okay, so wanted to do that last week but couldn't find my notebook. Perhaps your assignment for our time together now is finding your notebook. Okay? Cap, I think I overestimate what I can get done in a day. You probably do. Yes, I do. I tend to overestimate. So I would write this down. Insights, people. Learn about yourself. The most important person in the whole wide world is you, and you hardly even know you. I don't know why I decided to start singing that, but I do know because somebody mentioned about hanging around with their hoarder mother. I hung around with my mother for about 24, 48, 36 hours this week. My God, that woman bursts into song. So is there any reason that I would not burst out into song? I am my mother's daughter. So if you think you overestimate what I can do in a day, you've learned something about yourself. Your brain thinks it can do more than your body actually can. So know that about yourself. Make the list that's an overestimation, and then take half of it to get started. You know? I am not here to do it for you. I am here to remind you of the things you can do. And learning about yourself. Note to self is one of my key phrases. And so I say, write down these things you're discovering about yourself. I realize that I tend to think I can get more done in a day than I actually get done. And when my list is big and I only get half of it done, I feel kind of crappy at the end of the day. Oh, I didn't get it all done. So what I say is take that list, chunk it in half, make that amount of stuff the amount of stuff that you want to get done for the day, and feel good about it. Because there's a disconnect between your brain and also your energy and your time and your focus and all that. And our brains are good with a lot of stuff. I like to think of it as this, and maybe this will help you. And it's about 9:30, so I just want to remind everybody, my name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach. My coaching is called Destination Decluttered. Here on TikTok, I'm doing YouTube lives as well. We've got now almost over 1,000 videos available for you to just put on in the background, learn from on the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel. Here, we'll just might as well make it a full-blown like infomercial. We've got some declutter parties coming up this weekend, aka tomorrow. We've got 2 declutter parties tomorrow and 1 on Sunday. That's the last of them for this month. If you want to be invited to those, you need to give me your email address so I can give you the email, the invite. And you give me your email address. You share your email address with me at my website, destinationdecluttered.com. And there's a form at the end of the homepage, and just fill it out. It's like 1 sentence, barely. Okay? So enough of that. Where was I? Feeling good about what you're doing. Noticing things about how you run and not trying to compare yourself to something else. An idealized version. I should be able to get all this done, but I'm not. There we go. So you can feel good about hood. Feel good about what you do and get curious about what you didn't do, but don't be judgy about it. I look on my list of things that I was going to do. This was my yesterday page. I need to sit down and make sure. Did I do that? Nope. 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 Did I do that? There's a whole bunch I didn't do. Oh well. One of them I know I said it would be better that I do on Monday. Today I will do that text. I will do some vacuuming. I will ask my husband to fix my cassette because I was going through my cassettes and one of them broke. And will I book that flight? Yeah, maybe. So then I'll put them on today's list. Okay? Be nice to yourself. Don't be a meanie who's like, what do you mean you didn't get it all done? Like, don't be a jerky boss. I think that was the thing I was going to say. Something about work, regardless. My brain is good. This is it. Thank you, brain, for reminding me. Your brain is a wonderful, creative place. But it is not so good sometimes at the admin. It's like it's the wildly creative part of a business, like the art department is your part of your brain, but it does not effectively talk to the admin who's a little bit more rational, being like, okay, how are you feeling? Do you need a sandwich? You would probably benefit from taking a break. Oh, I can't because I'm afraid if I stop, I'm going to lose my creative spark. So I just share with you that if your brain is saying, I thought I was going to get this done, but I didn't, no big deal. No big deal. You did some things. Feel good about what you did. Because when you feel good about what you did, you're going to be more likely to show up and do some more decluttering the next day. And decluttering is not a linear one and done thing. It is an organic kind of top down. As I was saying to somebody earlier, it's like weeding your garden. And how can you weed things effectively? You don't go into your garden and go like, I'm going to start over here and I'm going to go leaves, weed A, B, C, D, and then you move and then leaves A, B, C, D. No, you probably get most of the leaves off is one layer. And then you notice the really big, easy to pull weeds. And so you say, I'm only going to pay attention to the ones that are sticking up like this. And then you go pull those. And it is not a one and done. It's an organic, layered process. Okay? There we go, Vico. It's all there for you. All right? Happy to help. Gen XWZ, update on my journey. Thank you for updating us on your journey. Since the beginning of the year, 183 items have left my house. I hope you're feeling good about that. I hope that number makes you feel good. Numbers can make us feel feelings, and not to get all severance on you, but numbers can make us feel feelings. Case in point, yesterday I hit 1,000 videos on my declutter page. Now, I could feel good about that. I could feel lousy about that. I can determine how I feel about it. All right? So I offer to you, feel good about what you're doing. It may feel weird. You may be used to making yourself feel bad. I hope, if you do that, I hope it's working for you. I hope that gets you the results you want. And if it does, continue beating yourself up. It doesn't work for people like me. And I know I am not alone in this. If you put me in some sort of drill sergeant thing, I am not that kind of person. I will not respond to that except to flip the bird and cry at the same time and just walk away. It's not the way to motivate everybody, is to yell at them. Don't yell at yourself if yelling doesn't motivate you. Try something else. This is what I'm here to help you with, is to notice when your internal, what I call your backseat driver, is yelling at you and trying to get you to, hurry up, faster, more, harder, give me 20. Bullshit. I'll do it when I want. And you yelling at me ain't helping. So don't yell at yourself. If you are yelling at yourself, You've got the powerful talk to the hand, the traffic cop hand. All right? Stop. I am interrupting. I am disrupting. I am shutting you down. Shut the front door. Shut your pie hole, Mr. Orange Face. No. You can't talk to me like that. You can try. I ain't gonna listen. I'm gonna go do something else. I'm gonna tune you. I'm gonna turn the volume down on you. And I'm gonna turn up words that make me feel better and more powerful. Okay? Seriously. This is how we do it. And this isn't just about decluttering your house. It's about noticing how you can deal with the world around you. Do you let everybody talk to you at all the time? How does that feel? To me, that can be overwhelming and too chaotic. Stop. Hammer time. Stop. Turn down the volume. And then turn up the volume on your inner voice. See, you have the backseat driver. This is me being in a car. Pretend you're in a car, right? Everybody. Picture yourself not on a boat in a river. Picture yourself in the driver's seat. Driver's seat. You're in the driver's seat of a car, but you're not alone in the car. There are two other people with you. One in the back seat, one in the passenger seat, okay? You've got your co-pilot, thank you for the cake. You've got your backseat driver, which is no, which is fear, which is unhelpful. It's trying to be helpful, but man, it goes about it in the wrong way. But then, everybody, you have a co-pilot. Now, if you're religious, I know I saw a license plate once that said, God is my co-pilot. I'm dyslexic and left-handed, and I like funny stuff, so sometimes I say, dog is my co-pilot. Your co-pilot voice is the voice in you that doesn't get a lot of airtime because the little kid in the back seat is always yakking. Don't do that. Don't do this. No, I'm too fast. Go slow. Don't do that. But turn away. No, but do what I want. Shh. When you learn to lovingly notice them and say, quiet down, you give space for what I like to call your co-pilot voice. This is your best friend on a road trip. This is the driver teacher teaching you how to drive. This is the person that is next to you who is there to just fully 100% support you and what you want. And they will do it instead of with fear and anger. They will do it with love and curiosity and compassion and fun. Now I ask you, if you were on a road trip with two people in your car and they were going to be in your car for the rest of that road trip and that road trip took the rest of your life, who would you rather spend more time hanging out with? Love and curiosity and fun or judgment and fear and shame? Which one smells better? I just bought something that smelled really nice. I like a nice smell. Do you want to hang out with the stinker? Because you have a stinker in you and you have somebody that smells delightful. But until you realize that, you're going to be probably, like I was for decades, listening to that negative voice in you the whole time. And it will not quiet down until you actively quiet it down. Okay? So Vico, thank you for all the awards. I don't know how those work, but thank you. What I would love for you to do instead is write some of this stuff down that you think is going to help you. I hope you found your notebook. And I would much rather, it would be a better benefit to me for you to learn from what I'm doing than I appreciate the gifts. But my gift, the best thing you can give me is the gift of learning from what I'm saying, okay? And what I say is that you've got thoughts in your head, words in your head. Words in your head and thoughts are the same thing. It's a sentence in your head, like one of those like kind of ticker tape things. But those words create a feeling in your heart. Or your feels. I like to say your heart because it goes with head, heart, and hands. What you think causes you to feel a certain way. How you think and feel determines what you do or don't do. Okay? So choose your words wisely. Don't just parrot what somebody else said, even if that somebody else was you back in the day. Notice how that thought makes you feel. And if it makes you feel crappy, stop, interrupt it, and don't just stop it and be quiet. Replace it with a better thought. Pave it over like a road. Pave over that so that that road goes somewhere else. So think about it. What's something unhelpful you say to yourself when you think about decluttering that makes you feel, ugh, I don't want to do it? Throw some of them in the comments, and I will, in real time, show you how to do this so that in 19 minutes or so, when this TikTok Live is over, you will have learned a skill by observation of how to go through this process. Okay? Farm Goal says, it's so time consuming. Okay, this is how I would reply. Backseat driver is saying it's so time consuming. I'm playing the co-pilot. Okay? Yes, I agree. It's not always adversarial. I agree. It will take time for you to declutter. It will consume some of your time. Okay? And everything in your life consumes your time. So make sure that what you're doing is aiming for what you want. So is your decluttering leading you towards something you want? If so, that is going to be time well spent, because you will get a result you want, which is a less cluttered home and life. I hope that helps, Farm Girl. Yes, it will consume my time, but so will scrolling on TikTok. So will watching TV. If things take time, and time is something you never get back, let's be mindful about where we spend our time and make sure that what we're spending our time on is heading in the direction of something we want. Yeah. Now, Anastasia says it's a sense of accomplishment when you finish a task. Yeah, that nice feeling. I love that. Vico, you'll never get it done. Yeah, the doom and gloom guy from the cartoons, right? We're doomed. You will get it done. How about that? Just the opposite. You are incorrect. You will get it done. Because here's the deal. This is when the road trip comes in handy, right? Making sure it's not upside down. You want to get to decluttered, you start, and it's like driving on a road trip towards that declutter. Now, it may feel like it's across the country, and I'm an international person, but for this, we will use the Great American Road Trip. You may not notice that the little bits you do are giving you any progress, but stick with it. Every time you do it, you get a little bit closer to your destination, okay? And here's the thing. We are not truckers on trucker speed. This is not, what was that? BJ and the Bear, something Bandit. What was TJ? What was the Bandit one? Somebody put it in there, with Burt Reynolds and Eastbound and Down. This is not us, okay? We are road trippers, and we enjoy the journey. We take time to do decluttering, yeah, and we make time to stop and look around and enjoy the surroundings. Every single day we're on this journey. So will it take longer than if we were truckers on trucker speed? Yes, it will consume more time, but you will enjoy the time more. And you will get to a point when you feel like it is done, but that's just not stopping. Then you will have learned how to not be as cluttered, and then you can easily maintain staying there. Now, Tammy is saying, I don't know where to start, okay? And what I will offer you is this. This is what you can tell yourself when you get that, I don't know where to start. Two things. It doesn't really matter where you start is a good one. It's just the act of starting. But if you want two specific things to tell you, besides that general kind of feel-good thing, one is I would always recommend these 4 steps. Always start with How do I feel physically? And make yourself feel okay physically. Calm down your nervous system. And part of calming down your nervous system is turning down the volume on that unhelpful voice in the background. Sometimes writing down what they say so you can practice what I'm doing here live on paper. And then chunking down what you do. And then making sure whatever actions you take are going to end up, even short-term or long-term, helping you feel less cluttered. The other thing too, Tammy, is 3 levels of clutter. Surface, stored, sentimental. I highly recommend, if you don't know where to start, it can never hurt to start with your surface clutter. Dishes, counters, floors, beds, laundry, stuff like that there. So I just gave you like 3 or 4 things to answer. When you say you don't know, now you do know. I do know now some things I can do to get started. And if you didn't write them down right there, no big deal. Just write down, re-watch the portion of the Destination Decluttered TikTok Live from Friday, February 20th, about 45 minutes in, okay? To remind yourself how to answer the I don't know where to start. That's also overwhelming. I don't know where to start. You're looking at everything. Slow down, focus. Whatever's in arm's reach, start there. Okay? Yeah. Now that one persona is noticing. The backseat driver is going to make you feel bad. Guilt. Why did you buy all this? Why do you have so much stuff? That kind of judgy voice in you. Don't let them have the last word. Always be prepared with something to counter the negative voice, the unhelpful voice. Why did I buy all this stuff? Why do I have this much stuff? Because I was trying to make myself feel better. And part of me feels like it's going to feel bad to let go of it, so I'm keeping it. I did this because I thought it would make me feel better. Did it? Maybe some of it did, but not all of it. But I was doing it as a coping mechanism to deal with whatever the hell's going on in my life. And that's okay. I'm not alone when I do it. Yeah. Now here's a fun one. Family can get upset that it's not done quickly. Oh yeah, this is where I get snarky with the backseat driver if it happens to look like other people. Oh yeah, if it's not getting done fast enough for you, you are required to participate in the decluttering. I am not here as your slave, as your housekeeper. We are doing this together. Then you'll see how long it does take. Okay? So you can be snarky, you can be firm, you can have some fun, you can be serious, you can be tender. But don't let them have the last word. Okay? Oh, thank you so much, everybody. Oh my God, it just scrolled up. Smokey and the Bandit. Not BJ and the Bear. Smokey and the Bandit. Thank you. You guys rock. I appreciate it. Right. All right. Now notice, other people are popping up what has helped them. I agree, it's time consuming. But for me, looking for needed items and the anxiety of the fear of not finding them takes even more of my time, and I would add and energy. Yeah. And some of these things do take time and experimenting with things. Anastasia says, I made a tea bar. I may have moved it 3 different times until I got it the way I wanted to look. So it's not a one and done. Okay? It is not a one and done. All right? Not Thelma and Louise. Yes, Juliana, I'm always very important to think of not Thelma and Louise. Okay? Yeah. And notice this too. You can also start in the smallest room, which sometimes is the bathroom. Okay. Gen X Debbie Z says, now I don't know what 31 items are, but notice this. I had so much 31 items. I went overboard. Notice that. I jumped into the deep end. I went overboard on buying when they announced they were closing up. And notice what was behind that motivation. It's the big 4-letter word that begins with F. Fear. Fear is your backseat driver. I would write that down and I would put a circle around it. Fear is the backseat driver, and love, the opposite. Love is your co-pilot. Love and trust and abundance and security are your front seat buddies. But fear motivates a lot of us. So I would say that. I'm afraid. Notice what your backseat driver said that caused you to drive to 31 or to order it online or whatever and buy a lot. I'm afraid that I can't get the thing I want anymore because they are closing. I am afraid that when Joann Fabrics closes, I will never be able to get yarn again. So I am afraid. So I'm going to stock up for fear of lack, of absence of things. I'm afraid during COVID that I won't be able to wipe my bum because there's a run on toilet paper. So I'm going to go also participate in the freak out about toilet paper. And I bet some of us still have stuff in our basements from the fear of lack. And the fear of lack is a human condition. It is an animal condition. If you don't have food or water or things to keep yourself, you will die. Okay? Okay. 31 was all bags, totes, etc. Now I love a bag, a tote, a zip bag, but I have to watch myself. I have to see things I like and say, I have enough. I have more than enough. I only need one carry-on bag. I have at least 3, 4, 5 that when I travel I can choose from because I like them. Ooh, I like that pattern. Oh, this one is fun. I like that one. Oh, that might be really helpful. Oh, you know what? This one's nice and small. Bags can be easy to accumulate because they are functional and we can kind of justify up here. Well, you know, I could use it for something. But notice when it feels like you went overboard. Now, that's not my phrase, but notice that. Why did I do that? I deserve to have a cute bag. I get to buy whatever I want. I want a souvenir, and this will be something functional. Every time I use this bag, and I think about this. This is funny, you guys. It just popped up in my head right now that I was thinking about bags over there. I've gone on 2 international trips that both times I came back with basically like a reusable shopping bag. Because I was like, oh, I can use this when I go to the grocery store at home. And every time I use it, it will remind me of being in the Azores. Or this will remind me of when I was in Paris. So many of us do it. And sometimes we have things that make it easier for us to justify adding more when we technically have enough. So none of us are immune to this. Even me, as I coach you right now. I have to watch about this and do it myself. Now, I will say I have gotten so much better at this. So much better. Am I perfect? No, because nobody is. But I watch myself about it. Okay? There we go. I love this. Abbott Elementary. Destination reached. Cleared king-size bed that had been, over here, where am I pointing? Covered with laundry and travel items. She did the things. She took the steps. Now she's destination. King-size bed is cleared. It looks clear, but notice the association. Abbott Elementary. When you look at that bed now, you say, I feel peaceful. Having a beautiful bed with decorative pillows. One that says, don't rush me. Don't rush me. Right? Notice that feeling and hang out, marinate in that feeling of that good feeling. Everybody, when you feel a good feeling, marinate in it and remind your nervous system and body how good it feels when you look at a decluttered surface. It could be your bed, it could be your desk. We are doing this to make you feel good. Okay? But notice what you have done before that you thought would make you feel good. Yep, McDoug's, I did see the winds in Palm Springs. I know the windy section. I appreciate it. Good news is the weather's turning by the time we get there next week. Yay! Farm Girl is saying, because when we shop too much, we're usually trying to fill a void. This is a fun thing. Notice if I change something slightly about that. Because when I shop too much, I'm usually trying to fill a void. And then Sandra D is saying, yes, and that void can be huge. So notice this about yourself. You may have a void, a huge void in your life. Whatever that void is, it's a hole, and you're trying to fill it up with stuff. Sometimes it works. A lot of times it doesn't. Yes, I used to call shopping my retail therapy, says Gen X Debbie Z. I deleted it from I changed that. I stopped saying that. I changed it. I deleted it from my vocabulary, and now I do something else. So notice what you have done to try to make you feel better, to fill the void, whatever that void is. And really, if you think about it, if you've got a hole, you know, you get, I don't know, like you've got a cut, right? There's a void. Healing it from inside, not trying to shove stuff in it, but allowing it to heal, learning what to do to heal that void will shrinken it, make it smaller, and not just kind of cover it over with stuff that after a while doesn't work. Yeah, so feels good for a while, but then it's all too much. So notice that. You know what's a longer lasting feel good? Is by doing it from the inside out. By saying, or, you know, by decluttering a space and maintaining it. Ooh, that feels good. Every time I look in that corner of the room, I feel good. I don't want to junk it up. I actually recently put a chair in that corner of my room. I had been anticipating, sadly, that chair being there for a couple of years. I conveniently threw some clothes on it because I came in here and I said, wait, I have 2 minutes before my TikTok live. I am going to take the clothes off of that bed, off of that chair, and put the clothes where they should be because I feel better. Notice this association, people. I feel better looking at a decluttered chair than I do when the chair is cluttered. Okay? Notice this, new attitude 88. I decluttered the laundry room. I used to cringe every time I passed it. Ooh. Now I smile. The neat thing is, though, is that this is the point where you need to learn how to maintain that good feeling. Again, decluttering is not really a one and done. You've gotten to where you like it, and now it's practicing and getting in the habit of maintaining it. And so that you feel good more than you feel bad. Yeah, avoid the void. Yeah, and you can't avoid the void. You will always get sucked back into it. What we need to do is heal it just like you would heal a cut. Take care of it. Notice it. What can I do from the inside? And sometimes it takes time to do it. But what you can also do is not make things worse. So up thread, when somebody, and I apologize, I don't remember the name, said 183 things left my house. Well, that's good if nothing else comes in. But if 5,000 things come in, that may not be the problem. That may not solve the problem. So notice what you are doing to make yourself feel better. And if shopping and adding items to your house is something you thought was going to work, but now is creating its own problem, let's stop that and let's examine how decluttering can help make you feel better. Kara is decluttering stuff that she loved bringing in for a while, and she had it for a while, and now she's okay with letting it leave. She's researched and photographed her amber. Her drafts are all ready to sell that stuff, and this to me is always, when you know you're heading in the right direction, is that she's not there yet. It's not gone, but it feels good to do this process. Alrighty. Yay. Oh, interesting, McDougs. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, Anastasia says, a person at my church makes a bag. Oh, hold on. We only got a minute left. I'll try to wrap this up really quickly. There is going to be a YouTube live in like an hour, okay? Yeah. A person at my church makes a bag of knickknacks. I can't hurt her feelings if I can't use it. It doesn't mean you need to keep it. You can, as somebody else says, you can regift it to somebody else. All right, Lupe notices, I have a recliner with jackets on it. Lol, I need a coat rack. Lupe, maybe between now and the TikTok, the YouTube live, you'll buy a coat rack. Okay? Yeah. Gen X Debbie Z says, I am hoping that my journey teaches me to stop buying things you don't need. Again, note to self. Step 3, write stuff down and learn from what you're doing, or you're going to repeat it. All right? Anastasia, my exercise bike is my purse rack. I love this because we all do this. But you can change that, all right? Now, speaking of changing, we are at the end of our time together. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh and sing a song. Seems that we just got started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. But we're only saying so long for an hour. We're chunking this down. You and I have an hour. Now, if you have the time, you can show up. We've got the beer, Miller Beer. You can show up at the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel in an hour, and we can hang out again. But in between those two things, let's all do something good. Exactly, farm girl, right? Let's all do something good that when we show up at the Destination Decluttered YouTube live in an hour, we can report on some good stuff we got done. Now, I don't know what mine's going to be, but because I said that to you, I will show up and do that, and I hope you do the same. All right? So let's have some fun and get it done. So we already will be feeling good about kicking off the weekend, okay? Melissa just got the notification. I will say this, I'm notifying you right now. 11 a.m. Eastern is the YouTube live. Show up then, okay? But I got to get some stuff done.